What's going on, YouTube? We got a 2015 Kia Sportage here. The passenger side wheel bearing is bad. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you probably know it's a press-in wheel bearing, which kind of sucks for us. What really sucks for us is I have a lift, but I have this trailer on my lift, and I got a forklift holding it up on the other end so it don't tip over. So I also have my press over here that I have to get down with the forklift, so you know, you can see it over here. So I don't know how I'm gonna accomplish that quite yet, but yeah, I'm just, you know, go ahead and getting the video started and kicked off, you know. So this customer brought me this car. I took 4 of the lug nuts off. The other one is keyed. You know, it's a lock lug nut or whatever you want to call it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to weld the nut onto it to get it off. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at now. I'm gonna go ahead and get set up a little bit before I, you know, proceed with the video. So cool, guys. All right, guys, I got it up set to weld on the nut. I guess I'll demonstrate that. You know, I welded a little screw onto an old lug nut that I had laying around for a ground clamp, so we'll see if that works. But I'm gonna go ahead and weld this nut on. Just don't look into it, Liam. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see if we get lucky and are able to get this nut off, or lug nut off. For some reason, I don't think that was a good weld. Unplug what thing? The scooter. Oh. Yeah, right. All right. Stop it. Damn, dude, I welded that on crooked as fuck. There's a shit ton of weld, too. You can pause it. Alright, guys, I finally got the wheel off. You know, I had 2 failed attempts at welding a nut on, but on the 3rd one I was able to get it. Got the lock nut off. Now I'm heating up these 2 Phillips head bolts holding the rotor on. I don't think it's required to take the rotor off. Well, actually, yeah, because we have to have the bare knuckle to put it in the press. So I'll start by heating up these Phillips heads and taking these out. And then we'll go from there. Come closer, dude. Why are you so far? I got my stepson over here. He's not a real good cameraman, but we'll figure it out. He wants me to pay him for this, so we'll see. I told him I'd pay him in food. What do you guys think about that? But yeah, when I see stuff this rusty, you know, this thing's a 2015, so I'm not even going to waste any time. I'm just going to start heating these things up just to take out the Phillips heads right here. And this is all organic, guys. I haven't worked on this thing at all. This is all fresh. Let's see if this will come loose. I doubt it. The last thing I want to do is drill these out right now. For some reason, I just don't have the patience for that right now. And yeah, guys, I have a lift, as I said earlier. It's right behind me, and I'm over here working on the ground, even though I have a lift, so it sucks. It's not a good day. Yeah, go ahead and pause it, man. Alright guys, I got the big boy torch out today. What is this not? Alright, let's see now. There we go. The joys of living in the Midwest, guys. A lot of salt on the roads. Give it red hot like that. It should come right up. Go. Okay. 2 Phillips are out. Let's see what else we got. You're gonna have to get up and like actually record, buddy. Let me turn the wheel on the car. So I'm going to just pull the caliper bracket bolts. Looks like a 17 millimeter. Come to the back so you can see the bolts, buddy. There's one right here, and then one down here. I'm not taking the bolts for I'm just gonna take the whole bracket off. Those are actually pretty loose. So two 17mm for the caliper bracket. It looks like I'm gonna have to pull this bolt that holds the brake hose as well, because it's not gonna have enough slack to hang up onto the strut. You want me to go get a light so you can see better? Yeah. Let me, looks like a 10mm. I'll be right back. Go ahead on here. Like a 12. Get a light over here so you guys can see what I'm doing a little better. It's probably gonna break. It feels like it's gonna break. Let me go get a little WD to spray in there. Came out nice. So yeah, that was a 12mm. Hang that up there. Let me go get a rubber mallet to get the rotor off. Couldn't find a mallet, you know, I'm sure my buddy stole that, so. Alright, we got the rotor off. We got this cotter pin on the ball joint. This looks like it's a pinch joint, which these really suck. So I'll just try to put a little, I'm like out of WD too, so that's pretty unfortunate, guys. Got a little cotter pin on this nut for the ball joint.
Cotter pin out. This looks like maybe a 17 or something. I just had it. It's a screw on the back side too. You just hit it with the impact and see if it'll come out. Nice. All right. So that was a 17. Flip it around to this side now. Let me go turn the wheel. Go to the other side, Liam. This looks like a bigger hex head for the ball joint right here. Let's sit down. Looks like bigger than a 17. Oh no, it is. Cool. We'll just try to spin this out, see if it comes out. Once it starts spinning free, you can usually just tap it out from there.
How do you spell Kayla?
K-E-I-L-A.
K-E-I-L-A?
Yes. We're live on a YouTube video right now, Holmes.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, you're good. You can watch. I don't care.
He's trying to be YouTube famous. Nice. He is YouTube famous. This is the Pyro Man / Master Tech getting it done.
Changing out brakes.
Ball joints, or no, wheel bearing.
Ah, okay.
Let's start off with the no wheel lock inside.
So for the tie rod, we got a cotter pin here.
So what do you want to do? So you want to replace the door or keep it? Okay.
Maybe I'll get lucky. I'm sure not, right?
Hey, can he grab a slice?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Oh, I did get lucky. Cotter pin out. This looks like another 17 or an 18. I don't know. 17. Everything's a 17, guys. Oh yeah, that was nice. So I'm gonna hit right here to try to break this loose. As I said before, I'm running pretty low on WD here. This is a brass hammer, so we'll see. Back up a little bit. I don't want to hit you. Oh, we got lucky. This is coming apart good, guys. All right, we'll put that there. What else do we got? Okay. We got this up here for the strut. It looks like a bigger one, maybe a 19-ish or something.
What was it? K-E-I-L?
Keila. That's not good. So this does look smaller on the back side. Maybe it's a 17? It is. I'm gonna try to hold it with my hand. Let's see how strong I am. Oh. Oh. So I'm just gonna leave one nut on here. And guys, anytime you're working on this stuff, like look, how I'm gonna beat this out is I put the nut over it, and just so it's like a little bit sticking out past the screw, and I'm gonna hit it out, but I'm gonna put the drill on here to spin it. It looks like this thing doesn't have grooves on it. Some of these have grooves on it and they kind of like stick into the knuckle, but this isn't like that. It's smooth on the inside, so that's good. I'm gonna put a 17 mil on this and just spin it, and then I might tap this on this side to get it out. Looks like we got to take this ABS sensor out too. Where's that 17 millimeter? Doesn't want to play nice, guys. You come right out now. Yeah, guys, if you're gonna hit on the threads of a bolt, I always let the nut stick out just a little bit. It's really not best practice, but you guys can call me a butcher, a hack, whatever. But you're watching my video, so that's how I do it, right? Always use a brass hammer as well. You don't want to damage things. Brass is always going to deform versus steel, because brass is a softer material. So yeah, look at how crusty this thing is. That rust had it locked in there. So we got those loose. What else we have left? Looks like this big nut for the axle. This ABS sensor. So yeah, I'll tack that next. It looks like a 10 millimeter. It's a 12. Let me go get a 10, guys. Try not to snap it. That would be nice to not snap this. Beautiful. I'm guessing this is going to be locked in there. So what we're gonna do is place like a flathead in here, like kind of wedge it in there and try to get this thing to wiggle back and forth. I'm starting with a miniature one. Okay, that was pretty easy. These things are plastic. You just want to be careful and not break it. Not in bad shape. You can always clean the end off. So we'll just let that dangle there. Tuck it back here, whatever. Now we got to, we'll take this apart. Big ass cotter pin. Looks like a 32 mil lug nut or something, or axle nut. Gotten pretty lucky with these cotter pins today, so that's always nice. Did bring a 32 millimeter over here. Let's see. It's a 30. Alright guys, it was a 32 millimeter. I found the socket, so here we go. Beautiful. We'll put this on backwards and just kind of smack it to see if it's locked in there or what. Not going to beat on it too much. You don't want to mushroom this, guys. Alright. It's free. Like I said, always use the brass hammer, guys. You don't want to mushroom anything. You'll ruin the axle if you mushroom that shaft. Alright. But look, that thing's free. It's nice. Alright. So what else is left? I guess come over on this side. So I'm not sure how I want to attack this. Maybe jack up right here on this little ear and then beat down on this and pray that it comes. Like I said, typically I work on a lift, but oh, well, my jack's being used too. I guess I could put a jack stand. This control arm seems a little flimsy too. I don't want to beat on it too much. Let's just see what happens. Watch right here to see if that thing moves. Not good, guys, not good. I'm gonna go get a tie strap and strap that to the strut. Alright guys, we're back. I got the car on a jack stand. Always use jack stands, guys. Don't be like me and just use the jack. I got it on a jack stand. I put the jack under this ear right here, and I'm gonna just jack up a little bit. When I jacked up a little bit on it, it looked like the ball joint moved, so that's good. I'm gonna jack up a little bit and see what happens. Spray a little more lube on it. Let her have a drink. And I'm probably gonna smack it here if it doesn't fully come out. So we'll see what happens. I might actually, I don't know what I should do now.
I mean, it's loose.
Maybe I'll take this top bolt. I left the sway bar and link on there, so I don't know if that's holding us back or what.
There you go, guys. The knuckle is off.
Looks like we got this big C-clip in here. So this thing doesn't feel that crunchy, so hopefully we got the right one. It's for sure a wheel bearing, guys, I do know that. But probably gonna just start spraying this right now before we get it onto the bench. Hey, you got any WD, Holmes?
Hey guys, remember when I told you in the beginning of the video that I had to get the forklift from under the trailer? Well, check it out. It's another thing I don't recommend anybody doing, but this is kind of real world stuff out here in the field. So yeah. But yeah, we gotta move all this stuff so I can get my press down real fast and really see what's going on with it, you know. So be back in a second.
Okay, now.
Alright guys, so we got this thing back on the bench. We got to get this little spring clip in there. You can see it's hard to see on camera probably, but you can see there's two little tabs, one right here and one right here. We're going to pry it out a little bit and pull up on it. Let me get another screwdriver.
Fucking. That little bench end piece.
Some WD right in my fucking eye.
How'd you do that? Damn.
There we go. So you see the clip came out a little bit. able to get it out of the groove. So we'll keep working its way around and get it out all the way.
Oh.
There you go, guys. That's what it looks like. That's where we're prying on right here. So we're gonna get this on the bench. We're gonna get this on the bench and we're gonna press right here to get the hub out. All right, guys.
Don't record that.
All right, guys, so we just took that clip and the outer ring out. You see me do that on the bench. Now I got some wood blocks holding this semi pretty flat to press out the hub. You can see I got a socket in here on the inside. That's like, you know, the right size of the hub, or yeah, it's about a 30 millimeter. Could probably use a 32. It's a little loose in there. So I got this supported up a little bit higher than this side. You know, this side's obviously lower with some wood. And we're just gonna go start pressing the hub out. All right, guys. It's coming. Cool. All right, guys, so the hub came out. The inside of the bearing came with it. I did buy the hub and bearing, and I also bought just the bearing to try to save money here. So I'm gonna try to get this off with the torch. It'll save me about $100. I'll be able to return the hub kit and just press the bearing in there. But you know, I just wanted to show you guys what that looked like. You know, I'm gonna try to heat this up cherry red and see if I can get it off. If not, then I'm gonna have to use the new hub. You know, it'll save me $100. I'm charging the customer the same either way. You know, you guys can say whatever you want to say about that, but I mean, that's just the reality of where we're at with everything. Something else I wanted to show you guys too was, you know, obviously we got the lift down from up there, and I got the forklift back under the trailer there supported. So we're trying to be a little safe over here, guys, but that's where we're at. So we got the hub out. We're gonna flip this over. I'm gonna set it up with some blocks of wood to try to get it. This has to be very level when pressing the bearing out. You know, we're gonna flip it the other way and press it out, going the opposite way that we press the hub in. So we'll be back in a second and show you my setup. No.
No?
Go ahead. So if you look in here, we're like I told you guys, we're pressing from the other side, right? I got some of these bearing and race press tools or whatever, and we're pressing the bearing out the opposite way. You know, you press the hub from out of the front. You know, we had it flipped over the other way. Now we're pressing the bearing through here. You want to be relatively flat. It looks like we're not, so maybe I'm gonna readjust this real fast. It did start to move a little bit. Actually, let's see what happens. You'll get lucky. Actually, yeah, we're gonna reposition this with get it a little bit more flat, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We got it back set up. I got it pretty level in here. I got my race presser back out. We're just working it out now. You want to make sure you really set these things up right, because there's a lot of force
that these are held in by, and you don't want to be standing in front of the press and like if you're pressing on it wrong or something, these little ball bearings can explode and it'll really mess you up, guys. So just something to think about. There it goes. So there we go. We got our bearing completely pressed out. We're ready to press the new bearing in. I'm gonna go ahead and try to torch this off of this. I'm not gonna waste too much time on it, but if I can save $100, that's what I'm gonna do, you know? When I press the new bearing in, I'm probably gonna use this. I'm gonna use the old bearing because the outer race, I mean, it's obviously the same exact size. So you don't wanna press on it and get it crooked or all that good stuff. All right, guys? All right, guys, so we tried to save the last hub. Didn't work. I could take you over to the bench and show you what that looks like. We heated it up. We put a good gouge in it to try to break it loose, but I kind of cut into the hub a little too much. So we're just going to use the new hub and the new bearing. I never really had luck with those, but so I did kind of seat the bearing with this is the old bearing and this is a cup, my little press cup. I put this in there and then kind of whacked it a couple times with a hammer to kind of seat it and get it level. And then, you know, I kind of whacked it in a couple different areas to kind of seat it as level as I could. So that's where we're at. We're going to start pressing it back in. You know, when you're pressing these in, if you start to go, it starts to get really tough or really hard, just stop. You're better off just stopping instead of pressing this thing in sideways, and you'll know. It should press in relatively smooth to where, like, it should be, you know, nice and smooth going down, you know what I mean? You don't want to press this thing in sideways or it'll take a ton of force to get it in there and then you'll ruin the bearing. You also don't want to press on anything outside of the outer race. That's why I always use the old bearing, the outer shell from the old bearing, because it's obviously the perfect size, you know? So let's see what happens. Oh, we're going in like butter. Beautiful. We want this to bottom out in there, alright, guys? After we get this in, then we're going to put that clip in there, and then we'll press the hub in afterwards. That's about it. So once you stop like that, then don't keep pressing and going crazy on it. You don't want to damage the outer race either. So check it out, guys. We're pressed in, fully seated, and as you can see that slotted slot in there showing so we can get that clip in. Let's head over to the bench and put the clip in. You know, obviously we're going to use a new clip with the new hub kit. So I got the clip in here. I got 2 big ass screwdrivers, and I'm going to start jamming this thing in there. See what happens. Kind of hammer it down a little bit.
There it's going. There it goes. It's snapped in. You guys see that? It's snapped into place. So there you go. Got a good press on the bearing. Got the clip in. Thing feels pretty tight. That's what we want. Now we're going to press the hub back in. So if you look at how I got this set up, guys, I got one of these cups from my bearing press tool, or little cup thing, and I got one that's pretty close to like the outer edge of the inner race. I have the hub sitting on the bottom. I got the inner race cupped up right up to size, and then I got like a 35 millimeter socket. So we're gonna try to press it in, and hopefully it goes in straight. You can watch there. Look at that, like butter. And that's what you want, guys. You shouldn't have to, I mean, you'll know that it's not right if you have to like really put a lot of force into this. Look at the bottom, dude. We want this thing to bottom out, guys. Alright, guys, so I had to pause it. I had to press the hub back out to get the brake shield back on. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but I kind of made a little mistake, guys. The brake shield's a little mangled too, but we're back to pressing the hub back in. We almost got it all the way in. You can see down here, we want to fully seat it. Alright, that's good. Fully seated it. But like I said, guys, check up here. You see how I got it just enough on the inner race there? You don't want to press anything outside of the race or you'll damage that bearing. Alright guys, we're back over here. We got the knuckle, bearing, we're getting ready to put it back together. We're going to try to hang it on this and slide it through this at kind of the same time. I did clean this up with some emery cloth, you know, get the rust off of it a little bit. Hopefully it'll slide in a little bit better. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're going to try to hang it here and here pretty much at the same time. After we do that, we're going to try to push this into the strut, all right? Cool. And I did mangle up this shield pretty good, so we'll have to straighten that out when everything's said and done, but a little love tap. Seated that. Ow. That hurt. Alright, got that in. This sway bar end link's wanting to twist up on us and kind of complicate things, but that's alright. I'm just going to get one of these bolts in first. Tap it in from the back. That's what she said. Might as well put the other, I guess. Why not?
I hope that U-joint on the axle didn't come out. Have to reseat it. Try to straighten this out. Screwdriver. Tap it in. Alright. So you got those bolts in, got the nuts on. We can hang this ABS sensor. Alright. We can push this through. Hopefully we're in the groove. It looks like it's seated all the way. You can see the tip sticking out just a little bit. That's what she said. I'll beat it in a little bit. Perfect. Put the nut on. That's good. And I can pretty much tighten everything up without putting the tie rod on. I feel like if I tighten the tie rod, it'll kind of complicate things a little bit. Yep. So I just torqued the axle nut down. I know we didn't get that on camera, but I torqued it to 160 foot-pounds. I found some pretty conflicting information online, but 160 is about right, man. You don't want to buzz these on with the impact because you can put too much torque on them pretty easily. So, all right, guys. I would double check the torque on that, just in case it's not correct, but yeah, I did 160. So, all right, that is going to be the only one that I do torque though. I'm not going to torque anything else. You know, I just pretty much torque everything by feel pretty much. So let me see what else we got. If I can start tightening everything else down, which I believe I can. Alright, tighten these up. Seems about right. I'm actually going to run a die through this because it's just, it might have deformed a little bit hitting it with the hammer. All right. So yeah, I ran a die through that nut
cleaned that up. It was like I think it's an M14 or an M12 by 1.5. So getting these cotter pins back in. Let's see if I got new cotter pins. Hold on one second. So I'm pretty sure my buddy that just drove away has my cotter pins in his truck right now, so kind of sucked for us, but that's all right. Get this back up. Alright. Oh yeah, now it's like impossible to move it because the other wheel's on the ground. What else we gotta do? Hang the brake caliper, brake rotor. So we'll have to bend that shield back a little bit. Kind of mangled it up while we were pressing and stuff, so. But yeah, I'm glad we torched the screws a little bit to get them out. I don't like drilling them out, even though I know you don't need them. And there's been times where I drilled them out and just deleted them, but there's been plenty of times I've done that, right? I mean, been doing this for a long time, guys, but I don't like to leave these screws out for some reason. I don't know why. In my younger days, I didn't really care, but if you have a good well, hopefully you guys don't have a rusty car like this and don't have to deal with it, but if you do, hopefully you got a good torch and you can get it out. The map gas just doesn't have enough balls to really this heat shield's all mangled, man. I'm gonna have to really This car has 200,000 miles on it. It's a good friend of mine, so I'll tell him like, hey man, kind of mangled up your your brake shield, but he's not gonna care. All right. I think that's it, man. Got one more cotter pin for the ball joint. Got that in.
Let me put this caliper back on, and then I think that'll be it, guys. Ooh, that thing's heavy. The pads will cooperate. That'll be nice. Put on this last bolt for the brake hose bracket. I still have to tighten that other ABS sensor bolt. This one was ABS sensor bolt was a 12 millimeter or 10 millimeter. No, the ABS was a 10 millimeter and the brake hose was a 12 millimeter. Tighten up these last two brake caliper bolts. $17 mils. And that's it, guys. We're gonna take this back on the road for a test drive. Probably gonna work on straightening the shield up a little bit. But if you guys have any questions in the comments, you want to complain about me being a butcher or a hack, or I mean, this is a big job for somebody who doesn't if you guys are DIY and doing it on the ground like this, I mean, this is a pretty big job for somebody who's never done a press bearing before. They are much harder to do than the ones that are the hub is fully assembled, you know. You know, I can even get the ones with the hub done in maybe an hour or two. I mean, this took us quite some time because we were filming. We took, you know, we took some breaks. We paused this, that, and the other. And, yeah. But cool, guys. Let me know if you need anything else. And thank you. Later.